What's cracking? Josie Garfunkle. Let's learn some shit. So to start with, we're going to open up our Gameplay.json. We're going to go to the bottom to the hit indication data. These are our parameters for the hit markers. Right? This top one is the override. 0 or 1, it's a bool. We want to 1, enable it, and that's going to allow it to listen to the rest of these parameters. And the second parameter, the hit direction behavior. Alright, over here in the documentation, behavior, we have 0, 1, and 2 as options. 0 disables it, no hit marker. 1, static, meaning it stays where it is when you get hit. So if you get hit at 0 degrees, the hit marker stays at 0 degrees. And then you have dynamic, means it moves. Now it says this is a work in progress, but I think it works great. When you get hit and rotate, it moves on your screen as you rotate. The third parameter down is the hit direction style. Alright, you have 0, 1, and 2, splash, spike, and arrow. We'll go over those throughout the video. And then we have indicator color. Alright, now what this is a 10-character code that determines the color of the hit marker. Tip, leave the first 4, and you can just change the last 6 and put in a hex code. For me, what I like to do, I use the HTML code finder website. I have the link in the Discord. But you can just kind of pick whatever color spectrum you want, rotate it around, adjust the bar to kind of get the range, I guess. But these numbers, okay, top or right below the color box, you just copy those 6 characters over as the last 6 and just insert the hex code, and that'll be the color relatively of your hit marker. Bringing us to the direction max duration. Now what this is basically the timer for the hit marker. The harder you get hit, the longer it lasts. It defaults to 60 to 100% of what you put. So if you get hit lightly, you might only get 60% of that to begin with. And then you have the breakpoint relative. What that is a drop-off point basically. It's saying that at 80% of the duration, the hit marker starts to fade out. Again, based on how hard you get hit though, 60 to 100% of the duration, and it point break relative 80% of whatever that is at that time. Then we have direction scatter. Now what this is saying is that at what degree from the point you get hit can the scatter be. So if you get hit at 0, that mine's set at 10, so plus or minus 5 degrees of the 0 is where it'll be. So it's never just directly like, hey, I'm over here in this bush shooting at you. It kind of gives you a little bit of a range. And then we have post process. What this is that red flash you get on your screen when you get hit, whether it be a zombie, a player, an animal. It flashes red. You can turn this on or off. Bool, 0, 1. I keep it off. I think it's kind of tacky and it doesn't really go with the hit marker setup. So again, you can read through the docs. I'll have the links available. But again, for right now, all we need is this bottom section, and these are the hit marker parameters. So let's fire up the local server and take a look at a few examples real quick. Alright, here we have dynamic using the arrow. Okay, so the hit markers move as I move, and it's considered an arrow, that style hit marker. Alright, swap things up a little bit. Let's take a look at the static behavior in comparison, and we'll go ahead and use the spike so you can kind of get an idea of that with a little bit more detail as well. And as you see, it kind of shoots up the screen or spikes into the center, but it doesn't move when I rotate. Well, that's pretty much the rundown of the hit marker indicator parameters. You can read through the documentation, kind of get a better feel for it if I didn't quite explain it enough. Tried to be as thorough as I could while being simple and straight to the point. Here's some examples of some colors I played with, just trying to get a vibe. Don't really care for any colors, thought it looked kind of wild, but it could, you could have some fun with it, use your imagination and whatnot. But that's going to be it for me. Hope y'all learned some shit. I'm out.